the type of man that can be relied on. You know, someone who provides like really good advice, who takes care of things, you know, makes really good choices in life for like their mind, body, and soul. You know, really thoughtful and someone who's not going to be reckless with you anymore is what I'm getting with this card, or just reckless. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. So I wanted to come on and share another 3-card reading because I figured I would just roll with the energy while it's in the air, because I've been picking up on a few song synchronicities and I'm like, that's interesting. I've just been blushing, and yeah, the masculines are just going crazy over their divine feminines right now. I don't know what the heck you guys are doing. Maybe looking good, updating your pictures on social media profiles, or even if you are still under the radar, you guys are really looking good, feeling good. Even if you're like totally not in communication with your divine masculine right now, a lot of you are feeling like really sexy. The summer vibe is like, you know, bringing out a lot of your femininity. Many of you are wanting to, you know, doll up and look sexy and go out again. And the interesting thing is that many of the divine feminines who are picking up on this energy, you guys are feeling like a lot of suitors around you, you know, a lot of whoa, yeah, horns honking at you on the street maybe. Like, you know, but metaphorically speaking, like just eyes on you, divine feminine, and it's feeling really good. You guys are feeling like more of yourselves again, and it's driving the masculines crazy because I feel them heavily watching their feminines, and they don't stop watching you guys. And in fact, when many of you do connect with your masculines, you guys are going to see just how intense their energy is when it comes to you, divine feminines. So if you guys haven't gotten to that part of your journey just yet, it will blow you away. And I feel like for those of you who have experienced it, and let's say you're going through a cycle of separation, you know, remember those times again, okay? Because it's definitely a reminder for a lot of you to, yeah, just take advantage of this energy right now and to feel sexy and good. So, you know the song, you know, that's what I like about you. You really know how to dance. I guess he says that in the song, but yeah, Queen of Swords here is what I pick up on right away. But I was channeling that song and I'm like, that's super cute, because I feel like he's also picking up on this energy of you feeling very like, you know, flirtatious, and even if it's not like outwardly, you know, connecting with other men, it's like, you know, maybe just smiling more, for example, or again, not being afraid to post pictures of yourself, or, you know, be vulnerable in front of the camera, for example. And yeah, it's just really attractive to him. I feel like all of the pins that are in this heart right now is, you know, the divine masculine's heart. It's like, it's really like hurting in a good way to see you just out there and enjoying yourself, even if it is without him right now, divine feminines. But I feel like, you know, he's enjoying it in a way where, you know, right when I said it, even if it's without him, he's like, oh, like I heard the energy of like, oh, no, I'm coming. And a lot of you might, again, be experiencing, you know, physical face-to-face communication. A lot of you have shared in the comments because of the last reading that, holy crap, that's crazy that this reading would come out, because yes, I actually am planning to see my masculine. And for a lot of you, it's like the first time. And you're like, holy hell, I never thought that this moment would ever happen or occur. But for a lot of you, you're feeling like, oh shit, this journey is real. And a lot of you are like, man, I don't give a fuck what people think about, you know, this whole twin flame label, and if they want to laugh. It's like, you guys go ahead and do that while like I experience my magic over here. So yeah, divine feminines, he's really, really attracted to you right now. Like, this saucy energy is what I'm getting. You know, I feel like yeah, he's admiring you. And the reason I feel like his picture there on the wall is that she knows it too. You know what I mean? Like, she knows it. She can feel it. And I actually have another reading to share before this. It's a bit of a longer one, which is why I will post it later, because I have some editing to do and some links to add. But you know, a lot of you can feel that your divine masculines are watching you, but you're also in a place of just wanting to enjoy this time to feel good, like on your own right now. Many of you are coming to the place where you're making a lot of shifts in your life, like whether it's like going through divorce, moving homes, quitting certain jobs and things like that. And what you're realizing or saying to yourself is, you know, I need to do this for me. And in saying that, many of you are experiencing the Queen of Swords energy, where you're becoming more bold and more brave in the world. The reason I feel like you guys are being more bold and brave in terms of speaking your authentic truth, or just going about doing things the way you want to do things for yourself now, is because you're not afraid to, like, you know, take out your sword and cut people off if you need to, or walk away from certain situations, or, you know, seek a lot of like counsel from other people. You guys are seeking your counsel from yourselves, your higher self, as to what it is you want to do, and then taking a lot of swift action in order to get there. So many of you are heavy in your thoughts right now, and with the Queen energy paired in there, just about the direction that you want to go in now. You know, a lot of ideas are coming up for many of you, in terms of like starting creative endeavors, and yeah, it's an exciting time. Like, you guys are starting to see that you're pairing your intuition with a lot of like logic, like hence my monthly planner here. It's like, you know, a lot of you, and it's okay if this is your energy, because a lot of you might have felt really disorganized in the past, and now you're starting to come to terms with realizations like, okay, you know what? It's totally okay if I'm like all over the place and I can't remember things. It's as simple as just setting reminders, getting a calendar and writing stuff down for you. Maybe you just need a little bit of extra support in that way, and that's totally fine. I cannot remember anything. And so I have to set reminders on my phone to remind me of things, even something simple like doctor's appointments and things like that, because it totally just goes over my head. And I think especially when you're like running your own business and having to be responsible for remembering, you know, different clients and all that information, you naturally get into the habit of doing that anyway. And I think for me, it's been like a huge realization to be okay with the fact that I've really struggled with those things in the past, and like, you know, just being on time for things or getting things done on time, all of these things. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm really struggling here. And so I did like a bit of research on it, and it's reminding me too of the Queen of Swords energy, because this is what it means to just, you know, feel this energy of like feeling very feminine again, feeling very balanced, feeling very independent, and like you can take care of yourself, mixed in with you guys like, you know, really digging into like dolling yourselves up, changing up your wardrobes, you know, coloring your hair, I don't know, doing your nails yourself, stuff like that. It's really sending you into this beautiful space of standing on your own, divine feminines. You know, I'm looking at her pantyhose and I'm like, a lot of you are just like dressing up in lingerie at home, or feeling sexy, wearing like sexy lingerie as like your pajamas now, for example, instead of like, you know, oversized t-shirts and things like that. You guys are like, no, I'm gonna dress up in the sexy lingerie and sit down and watch me an episode of something on Netflix right now and drink my glass of wine, because I'm okay. I'm okay on my own. And it's taken you guys a really long time to get to this place. You know, it's like trusting that whatever dynamic is happening in your twin flame journey is happening for a reason, but it doesn't mean that you're going to forget yourself along the way. You know, I feel like a lot of us have awakened to that. But okay, that's just how he sees you. Let's go ahead and get some romantic messages here, because he definitely knows you're not plain divine feminine. You're so different from any other woman that he's ever encountered. You're the full package, the full deal. Like, another interesting thing that's coming up with the Queen of Swords energy for me is you know, the fact that a lot of the divine feminines are like, I'm getting the reason there's a lot of suitors around you, divine feminine, is because more than ever, like, you don't need anybody, you know? And in fact, speaking of that, guys, like, today I had my dad come over and he was doing some home repairs around the house, and normally I would go and sit and chat with my mom, and, you know, we pull out some cards and do readings and stuff like that. And today, even though I still did that, when my dad was ready to work, I was like, Dad, I want to see what you're doing. And he's like, okay. So yeah, I literally learned today how to unclog a sink, how to change my light fixture if I need to. I mean, I would have to practice it, or at least get my dad to be there the first few times. But to know that I have that information, and to know what it is that's going on up there, like how to fix a light, how to unclog my sink, you know, that's really vital information for any woman to know, for any man to know as well. Because you might be a masculine man, but it's like when it comes to fixing stuff, you don't really know how to do that. You would just call a plumber and they would come and fix it, you know. But that being like hands-on in that way, it's not about just doing it, right? I remember Divine Maverick talking about this as well in one of her videos, and I think this is like the second or third time I'm bringing this particular video of hers up. But she was talking about like, okay, let's say you're a divine feminine and you live on your own, for example, and you could very well fix your sink, but you don't want to. Let's say you just got your nails done and you call a plumber over. You're going to be able to have a way more different conversation with a plumber than you would if you didn't know how to fix your sink. And trust me, the ball would be in the plumber's court in terms of charging you for their service. So, you know, just don't like shy away from this stuff. Enjoy the energy. Like for me, there's nothing more sexy than, you know, a woman dolled up from head to toe and she can talk to a plumber like she knows his business. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just the vibe I'm getting in the air. That's how your masculine sees you, divine feminine. When I say the complete package, like these are the kinds of things that are on his mind. It's like he can feel this balance happening within you where it's like you don't need anything. And that's the epitome of being on this twin flame journey, guys. That's why it will lead back to self-love. So don't deny anything that's happening in your journey. Don't try to shy away from it or block it off, even though I know running is a necessary part of this path. Yeah, this card's coming up again. Didn't I share the Knave of Pentacles? Yeah, intoxication. You know, he's feeling intoxicated. He wants to intoxicate you. You know, he wants her all to himself in this card because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of arousal that's coming from observing his feminine, you know, feeling good again. Like even a lot of you are like displaying your sense of humor and being really silly and childlike. And maybe your divine masculines have never gotten to see this side of you because when you guys did connect, it was just so freaking intense. And so, yeah, it made you a little bit anxious feminine. And now that there has been some type of separation or cycle that's been orchestrated between you guys, I feel like the divine feminine that's risen out of this particular cycle, it's really brought her right back into, you know, her feminine energy and just enjoying herself. You know, I feel like he's feeding it to her, but look at her body language. It's like she is very, very accepting of him feeding this wine to her, this elixir. You know, they're both intoxicated by the twin flame journey, by becoming emotional about the twin flame journey. It might very well be water that they're drinking there and experiencing the healing effects of, you know, getting into their emotions about this and accepting every aspect of the journey, the crazy parts, the romantic parts, the sexual parts, the part that makes you want to crawl into your turtle shell and never to come out again. You know, they're both enjoying every aspect of the journey. And this is what he's thankful for, divine feminines, when I talk about the romantic and sexual chemistry like behind this drive and the connection that you both feel. There's so much that's birthed out of that emotion, you know. And the reason I feel like that is because we can't even make a baby unless we have sex or feel this intense love and attraction to someone. Do you know what I mean? So if you guys can think about twin flame chemistry, the sexual attraction, you can also see it as like this metaphor for the reason that happens, or the reason many of us feel it so intensely, is because think about all of the things that we are going to birth with those feelings, right? So yeah, let's go for one more card. I feel like I'm going past that 10-minute mark that I set for myself, but I'll just get one more here, okay? Just about anything that needs to come out for you guys right now on your journey. Oh goodness, that's so much, but I'm gonna go with what came up face up here, which is the King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles circles right back around to the first part of this reading where, you know, I'm talking about the masculine's attraction to the feminine because, you know, a lot of your creativity, a lot of your gentleness and sexiness, you know, even if you have been very shy and have had to do your own hermiting, you know, the divine masculines want you to know you have always been the inspiration behind him entering this King of Pentacles energy. And I feel also that with the crown, he's more connected to, like, because it's the pentacles, like he's more connected to the physical world more than ever, but in an enlightened way, in a way where he's tapping into his feminine energy because, yeah, the King of Pentacles is the type of man that can be relied on. You know, someone who provides like really good advice, who takes care of things, you know, makes really good choices in life for like their mind, body, and soul. You know, really thoughtful, and someone who's not going to be reckless with you anymore is what I'm getting with this card, or just reckless about the journey. You know, it's like what I get with this, the reason they're stepping into like king energy is because, you know, at the beginning with the Knave here, they were definitely like overwhelmed by this love, but because of the changes and the journey that the masculines go through, they had to experience a lot of healing around like sex and like the way they view women, and seeing women as a gift rather than like an object. Like, do you know what I mean? I know a lot of you might resonate with exactly what I'm trying to say here, but now that they've experienced so much of the journey with the divine feminines, that's all changing. Like they're seeing that it's like, okay, to be a man, it's not all about like, you know, money, sex, women, drugs, like all of these things. It's like, no, like to really be a man. And the divine feminine has inspired this because it's like within his animalistic drive to want her, you know, just nature happening here, he's really had to like slow down in order to try to approach her, because again, it's unlike anything else he has ever experienced. You know, this is a divine masculine where it's like women will flock to him. It's so easy, he doesn't even have to put a lot of effort into it. And then he meets his divine feminine, and it's like there's a lot of work that needs to be put into connecting with her. And by him putting in the work, he's been walking the twin flame path. And so yeah, he's coming for you. He's coming for you, but in a more balanced and enlightened way. I think I actually ended off the last reading saying this exact statement. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, okay? I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye, guys.